everything is coincidence. But even coincidence is part of fate's design. I'm not losing it. I'm perfectly sane. What I speak now is the absolute truth, not some childish fantasy. No matter how trivial something may seem, it has the potential to shape the future. Have you heard of the butterfly effect? If not, look it up. Then you'll understand how careful you must be. Unfortunately, I didn't understand. If only I had realized how dangerous my actions were, then I wouldn't have lost her. The future wouldn't have turned out like this. Matt, how could I have known? How could I have known that by pressing that button, I would decide the fate of all mankind? Just think about it. The average human perceives just 1% of his environment. We're not nearly as clever as we like to think. We go about our lives oblivious to a million different things that happen around us every day. Even when something catches our eye, our brain forgets it a moment later. I want to tell the me back then. Don't do anything careless. Don't do anything rash. Don't pretend you didn't see that. Pay more attention. The hand of conspiracy was always closer than you thought, just waiting for the right moment to strike. The universe has a beginning, but it has no end. Infinite. Stars too have a beginning, but are by their own power destroyed. Finite. History teaches that those who hold wisdom are often the most foolish. The fish in the sea know not the land. If they too hold wisdom, they too will be destroyed. It is more ridiculous for man to exceed light speed than for fish to live ashore. This may also be called God's final warning to those who rebel.
Hey, what are you mumbling about?
There's no sound from the phone against my right ear, only silence. I am baking in the summer sun. A bead of sweat slowly slides down my chin and drips onto the concrete.
Okarine! Hey, Earth to Okarine! Are you talking to someone?
I nod and put my phone back to my ear. Still no sound from the other side. My contact is wise to maintain silence. The whole area could be bugged. No, it's nothing to worry about. Let's proceed. I'm heading to the assembly hall. Yes, Dr. Nakabachi got the jump on us. But don't worry, I'm going to make sure he tells us everything. What's that? The organization is already on the move? I see. So that is the choice of Steins Gate. El Sai Kungru. Steins Gate. Some know it as fate, to others it is the will of God. You could count on one hand the people in this world aware of its true nature. In any case, we should begin the infiltration. I advance towards Radicon, which is just across the street from the train station. Of course, this is enemy territory. I can't just stride through the front door like an average person. I bypass the elevators and escalators and head to the 8th floor by the stairwell. At long last, I make it to the 8th floor. Honestly, I didn't think it would be so brutal.
Hey, Okarine, who were you on the phone with when we were on the roof?
The girl, Mayuri, immediately resumes our conversation. She followed me all the way up here, and she isn't even short of breath. Don't ask. It's for your own good.
Oh, is that so? Well, thanks for thinking about me, Okarin.
Mayuri is 16, 2 years younger than me. So she's more like a little sister than a typical childhood friend. I've been looking out for her as long as I can remember. I used to hope that Mayuri might become the key to Steins Gate, but now I've reconsidered. I don't want that terrible fate for her. She should live a normal life. That is my present wish. Once inside, we're greeted by a sign reading Dr. Nakabachi's Time Machine Press Conference.
By the way, Okarin, I was wondering.
Mayuri insists on calling me Okarin, but it's neither my real name nor my code name. It's just one of those annoying nicknames people use. Mayuri, I've asked you again and again, please do not call me by that name, will you?
Huh? Why? Isn't it what I've always called you?
That was then. I have since become Hoin Kyoma, the insane mad scientist hunted by secret organizations the world over.
But that's too hard to remember.
In any case, Hoin Kyoma is my true name.
And besides, it doesn't even sound like Okabe Rintaro. It kinda makes me feel weird to call you that.
Okabe Rintaro may be my real name, but I have rejected it, for it is stupid. And so I also hate the derivative Okarin.
Okarin, I've been wondering since we got here, so do you mind if I ask you a question?
In one ear and out the other.
I know I should have asked before, but what are we doing here?
So you're telling me that you followed me here and you don't even know why we came?
Yeah.
Well, we're here to witness Dr. Nakabachi's press conference. We're standing in the assembly hall on the 8th floor of Radicon. It is here that the conference will be held.
A press conference? But that's weird. Shouldn't there be reporters here or something?
Mayuri's right. Considering Nakabachi's notoriety and the topic at hand, I was expecting a larger audience. It's possible that the organization's twisted influence has infected this place. I thought that Nakabachi was like me, a scientist fighting to overthrow the organization. But this press conference suggests other motives at work. Our enemies won't miss this chance. So that's how it is. Seems trouble awaits. Nevertheless, I'm interested in what he has to say.
What? What do you mean by trouble, Okarin? Oh, the lab is a bit messy, so that might be a bit of trouble to clean.
Stay on guard, Mayuri. If my suspicions are correct, there will be some kind of... I didn't even finish my sentence. Are we under attack? Are they trying to fry our brains with electromagnetic waves? We're definitely under attack. It's coming from above us. But we're on the top floor. So the only thing above us is the roof.
Was that an earthquake just now? A magnitude 2? But, what would that feel like, though?
No time to deal with Mayuri's confusion. Something's not right about this. Feeling uneasy, I bolt out of the conference hall. I run up the stairs to the roof, ignoring the no trespassing signs in my way. Huh? What in the world? What is this? A strange machine is sitting in the middle of the roof. It's huge, maybe 3 meters tall, and it looks kind of like a satellite. Who put it here? Was it Dr. Nakabachi? Is this part of his presentation? Impossible. Even if that were the case, how the hell would he get it up here? This is the rooftop of an 8-story building, for crying out loud.
Please stand back, everyone. The press conference will proceed as scheduled. Just a bit of your patience.
Is she trying to hide something? Her response was unusually quick. almost like she's trying to keep me away from that device. I've got a nose for conspiracies, and this stinks of a cover-up. Just what are they trying to hide? I didn't realize it in the heat of the moment, but the lock on the rooftop door was broken. Is this a result of a mere prank? Or could it be the organization at work? Though the stench of conspiracy burns at my nostrils, I resignedly return to the 8th floor. Mayuri is nowhere to be seen. She's not in the event hall either. I find her on the 7th floor. Several capsule toy machines are lined up near the 7th floor entrance. She's gazing upon them with a wistful look. And just what are you doing there?
Oh. Well, you see, I really want an Upa, Okarin. Like, real bad.
Mayuri points to a capsule machine reading Rynet Access Battlers, Upa Collection. Nowadays, it's hard to find anyone unfamiliar with Rynet Kakeru. Rynet Kakeru is a popular anime series with its own card game spin-off, Rynet Access Battlers. They even hold international tournaments. Upa is the series' mascot character. It resembles an elliptical egg with limbs sticking out like some kind of deformed dog. Then go ahead.
Well, you know, Mayushi already used up all of her 100 yen coins.
Mayushi is what Mayuri calls herself sometimes. According to her, it's supposed to have a star at the end. Mayushi.
Okarin, you wouldn't mind if I borrowed one, would you?
I'm afraid not. I have no money from which to part with, but now might be a fine time to teach you the cruel reality of life. I take out a 100 yen coin and drop it into the machine's coin slot. I open the capsule and take out the contents.
It's an Upa! A metal Upa!
Are you saying it's rare or something?
Super rare!
Mayuri's eyes are sparkling. Does she really want it that badly? Very well, it's all yours. Honestly, I didn't really want it anyway.
Are you sure, Okarin? I can really have it? You don't mind?
It's Ho'oin Kyoma.
Thank you, Okarin. I'll make sure to treasure it.
Is she doing it on purpose?
Thank you all for coming to Dr. Nakabachi's Time Machine press conference.
Sounds like they're starting. Come, Mayuri, let us be off.
Wait, Okarin! I need to put my name on the Upa first!
She's preoccupied with the metal Upa. I go on ahead. Without further ado, allow me to introduce the inventor, Dr. Nakabachi. Everyone, please welcome him with a big round of applause.
I'm Dr. Nakabachi. Thank you all for coming. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin. Today, we'll be discussing my theory on time travel, one of the greatest breakthroughs of the 21st century.
There are about 20 people now, including us. But still no media presence to speak of. So this is the extent of Dr. Nakabachi's fame. No one believes that he invented a time machine. I was interested in what he had to say, true, but my expectations were no higher than the rest of the onlookers. And a good thing they weren't. As he proceeds to explain his time machine design, my curiosity quickly turns to disappointment, then anger. Doctor! You must think of us all as a bunch of fools.
And you would be?
Who I am is none of your concern. Doctor, I demand you explain this theory you're presenting to us. It's fraud. All of it has been copied from John Titor. Now explain yourself.
Enough! Someone throw him out already.
Already playing that card, are you? I think the one who calls himself an inventor and presents a fraud theory should be thrown out.
Shut your mouth, you're spouting nonsense.
Just then, someone taps me on the shoulder from behind and suddenly grabs my arm. Is it a staffer? Nay, an agent from the organization? Unhand me? Wait, what? It's a girl about my age. Her face looks somehow familiar. Just where have I seen her before? It's Makise Kurisu. We haven't met, but I know her face. A few days ago, my friend Daru showed me a magazine article titled "Girl Genius Gives Lecture in Akihabara." The article was about a 17-year-old girl who had just graduated from an American university. Her thesis was even published in a major scientific journal. What business could this genius girl have with me?
Would you mind if I had just a moment of your time?
I don't believe that Makise Kurisu is a staff member at this venue. Which means, no. You're one of the organization's agents, aren't you?
What? Okay, enough. It will only be a moment.
I decided to shut up and follow suit. My outburst has already attracted too much attention. I let Makise Kurisu lead me out of the assembly hall. This is not the place to do this. Wouldn't it be bad if your superiors noticed?
My superiors? Okay, enough of this nonsense talk already. Anyway, there's something I want to ask you.
It's an interrogation, then. The organization, up to its usual tricks again.
Organization?
Instead of answering, I take out my phone and put it to my ear. It's me. I've been caught by one of their agents. Yes, unfortunately, by Makise Kurisu herself. I know she's dangerous, but I've already formulated a plan to get us out of this. What skill? I didn't even have time to react. What are you doing?
Wait a sec. This phone isn't even turned on. Then, who are you talking to?
Very well, it seems I have no choice but to tell you. You see, what you have there is no ordinary phone. It shuts off the moment it leaves my hand. Such measures are necessary to maintain secrecy. I know things that could get me killed. This statement was a mere gambit to get my phone back from Kurisu, but it somehow worked. That was close.
I see. So you talk to yourself.
This is bad. Ordinary methods don't work on Makise Kurisu, the genius girl. On the contrary, she's the one psyching me out. Damn, looks like I'll have to make a tactical retreat. If I could just find an opening. Just when I think I've found my moment, Kurisu's gaze meets mine, locking me in place. Her powerful gaze blazes with strength of will. Such fire, I can't look away. Could someone with such pure eyes really be an organization agent?
Moving on. What were you trying to tell me earlier?
Earlier? What are you talking about?
It was around 15 minutes ago, before the start of the conference.
Nonsense. This is the first time we've met. I was with Mayuri in that Upa toy 15 minutes ago.
You looked like you had something important to say. You seemed so upset and sad.
Is this a trap? It does seem like one of the organization's dirty tricks. But would this girl do something that underhanded?
I thought you were going to start crying. It's as if you were remembering something painful. Why? Have we met before or something?
She seems sincere. That makes her even more suspicious.
And another thing, why do you know my name?
I possess unlimited knowledge. I am a mad scientist, after all. Now then, my dear genius girl, the next time we meet shall be as enemies.
What?
Farewell! I ran down the stairs and quickly hid in the opposite stairway. I hear Makise Kurisu's voice echoing after me, calling for me to stop. Like I'd listened to the enemy. Damn, that was well played indeed. So they've started sending in agents. Competent ones at that. Regardless, I can't allow myself to be captured just yet. My mission was to attend the conference and evaluate Dr. Nakabachi's research. Now that I know he's a fraud, there's no real point in going back. I guess I'll just go home. But wait, aren't I forgetting something important? I was trying to prioritize that girl's safety, but I got careless. I'll try calling her first. If she's alright, then I can just have her meet me here. With that thought in mind, I take out my phone. I turn it on, and suddenly it starts ringing. Huh? An email? It's not just a regular email. There's a video attached. And it's from an unknown address. I open the video file with some trepidation. Is this a prank? Or some sort of Makise Kurisu style attack? Maybe the noise is some sort of make people go crazy frequency. No, wait. I don't remember giving her my mail address, so I'm probably just thinking too hard. I have more pressing matters to deal with anyway. I stop the video and call Mayuri's phone from my address book. Damn it, Mayuri. Why won't you pick up? At this point, I have no choice but to go search for her. But things will get messy if I bump heads with Makise Kurisu again. Still, leaving without Mayuri isn't an option. Call me overprotective, but she's like a little sister to me, and there's a very real danger that she might wander off somewhere the moment I let her out of my sight. And by somewhere, I really do mean anywhere. Mayuri has always been like that. I never know if she'll be there when I turn to look. In a sense, that's why I became Ho-in Kyoma. With a sigh, I close my phone and begin my search. Suddenly, I hear footsteps coming up the staircase.
It's terrible, Okarin! The metal Upa that you got me just now disappeared!
It disappeared? What, did it walk itself out of your pocket or something? Tell me, how did you lose it that fast?
I think I dropped it somewhere.
I see, so she was looking for it. Jeez, to think I was actually worried about her. We'll just get you another one.
But it's not that easy. Metal Upas sell for up to 10,000 yen in online auctions. Remember what I told you? They're rare. Like super rare.
Wait. Really? That toy was worth that much? Think, Mayuri, where did you drop it?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm looking around for it. Gosh. If we find it, you're not going to try and sell it, are you?
That 10,000 yen will be used to fund my research.
What? Don't do that. I want to keep it. It's already got Mayushi's name written on it.
Thus begins our search for the metal Upa.
Do-do-do. Hey, Upa. Come out wherever you are.
Mayuri tries calling its name. I don't know if she truly expects a response. By the way, do-do-do is Mayuri's catchphrase. It means... Actually, I've never bothered to ask what it means. Anyway, the metal Upa is nowhere to be found. This might mean that she didn't drop it at the 7th floor near the capsule machines, but somewhere on her way to the 8th floor. There's also the possibility that it was pilfered by someone who knows just how much a metal upa is worth. How devious. The one who stole it must only care about his own monetary gain.
Just like you, Okarin.
Well, wasn't expecting that from Mayuri. What was that?
Was that someone screaming?
I think so. First the incident on the roof, and now this? What's going on here? Stay here, Mayuri. I follow the scream up the stairs and down a dark, empty hallway. Huh? I'm pretty sure it came from around that corner. And there, through a conspicuously open door, I see it. There's something on the ground, motionless. I recognize her clothing. What was it? It can't be. Makise Kurisu, the impertinent genius girl I just fought with 30 minutes ago, is now face down in a pool of bright red blood. She's dead. What is this? I want to run away. I shouldn't have come. This is wrong. There's no other explanation. Someone killed Makise Kurisu. Who would do such a thing? There's no one else here. I need to get out of here. Now. I run down to the 7th floor to grab Mayuri.
What happened, Okarin?
We're leaving, right now! I race down the stairs, trying to drive the image of Kurisu's dead body from my mind. But I can't. The redness of her blood is burned into my mind, more than the sight of the body itself. Is this what it's like? When I realized that she was dead, I felt chilling terror and a surge of nausea. But that was all I felt. Fear and disgust. Shouldn't there be something more? I guess I just didn't know her that well.
Hey, what in the world happened back there? You're as pale as a ghost, Okarin.
She looks slow, but she's actually pretty fast on her feet. Someone died in there.
Huh?
I take several deep breaths. The color of that blood still stains my brain, but I've calmed down a bit. Makise Kurisu is dead, and I don't know who the killer is. Sirens in the distance. I guess an ambulance will be here soon. Then the police will arrive, and this area will become a crime scene. But for now, the crowds milling through Akihabara have no idea what has happened. Everyone is going about their business as usual, the never-ending search for electronics, moe, and porn. I take my phone out of my pocket, perhaps out of reflex. I'm not sure what I plan to do with it. Oh, I know. I'll contact Daru and tell him what happened just now. He knows about Makise Kurisu, so... Who could stay calm after witnessing something like that? I have no idea who did it. I don't even know for sure that it was a stabbing. I just made the assumption based on the pool of blood on the floor and the fact that I didn't hear any gunshots. On the other hand, I didn't write that she was dead to him, even though I'm pretty sure she was. Can't exactly explain why I didn't. If I had to say, I guess I felt like writing it down would set it in stone. I finished typing and placed my thumb over the send button. And then, with the lightest touch, I pressed down. Sending. Oh. What was that? Wait, look around. They disappeared. Summer break. 12:54 p.m. Akihabara. Chuodori. A 3-minute walk from the station. Right there. In an instant, hundreds of pedestrians disappeared into thin air. Without a trace. Is this a dream? Am I hallucinating? I don't know. But they're gone. I saw them vanish with my own 2 eyes. I stood there, alone, in the completely empty Akihabara, speechless and petrified. I look around, and no one is there, not even Mayuri. I start to run through the uncannily empty streets of Akihabara. I don't see anyone. Not so much as a sign of life. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. My mind racing, I feel a strange presence above me, then look up. And there, at the top of Radicon, sticking out from the 8th floor where I'd just been, is a crashed satellite. Hey you, can you see us? Why won't you answer? I'm asking you a question. Yes, you on the other side of the monitor. Your silence only strengthens my hypothesis. I suppose that, from your perspective, it appears that we are the ones who are inside the monitor. But that is where you're wrong. For it is you who is inside the monitor. Your reality is nothing but lies and shadows. Naturally, that includes you too. True reality is on this side of the screen. Don't believe me? I don't blame you. Few are those who can handle the truth. But no matter, I shall speak in simpler terms. Don't worry, I'll make it easy enough for even you to understand. First, I'll disclose our current location to you. We're in Tokyo, Akihabara specifically. This is the Future Gadget Lab. The members here simply call it the lab. Our sole purpose is to shatter the system and plunge the world into chaos.
Is that so? Don't do anything bad, Okarine. It's wrong.
Mayuri, could you let me finish? Once you exit the station, head towards Chuodori. Keep going until you reach Sueiricho Station. Take a left onto Kurai Maibashi Dori, and in the alley before the traffic light, you'll find a rundown building. Our lab is located on the 2nd floor. You won't be able to miss it, because on the 1st floor you'll find a store of ill repute. It's called the Brown Tube Workshop. It deals exclusively in CRT monitors of all things. Can you imagine it? Even in the heart of Akihabara's electric town, the demands for CRTs is practically non-existent. But the proprietor of the Brown Tube Workshop, Tinoji, is also the owner of this building. And that, you see, is how he's able to afford it in the first place. Even though the land value in Akihabara continues to rise, he'll be able to keep that ridiculously niche hobby shop running. He may seem to be of a rough sort, but he was no match for my inherent charisma. Now the entire 2nd floor is mine for next to nothing! Matt, the Future Gadget Lab is severely lacking in manpower at the moment. We welcome any dedicated scientist to our cause. Though, be aware, our research funds are a bit...
Okarine, make sure they know that we're called Lab Mems, not researchers.
Yes, Lab Mems. Basically, it's short for laboratory members. Currently, there are 3 of us. I'm Lab Mem 001, the founder of the Future Gadget Lab and the insane mad scientist, Hoin Kyoma.
If you ask me, Okarine is a lot cuter, though.
And to my right is our resident cosplayer, Lab Mem 002, Sheena Mayuri.
Doo-doo-doo! Call me Mayushi. I actually like making costumes more than wearing them.
And lastly, our very own Super Haka. Yes, Lab Mem 003, Hashida Itaru. Okay, you are not going to call me that. Come on, it's Super Hacker anyway. Here at the Future Gadget Laboratory, we devote ourselves to the art of invention. You can find all the details on our homepage. I encourage you to visit. Of course, our top priority at the moment is to develop weapons to fight against the Dark Dominion. But that research has spawned a number of offshoot weapons for us. In fact, that's the only thing it's spawned. Things are going smoothly. Our arsenal of weapons is already 8 strong. But this is just the beginning, you see. I have more ideas in my head. There will be at least 108 inventions. Oh, so like some tennis manga. Yeah, okay. It's the number of earthly desires, you at-channel junkie! And I thought I told you not to interrupt me when I'm talking. Yeah, wouldn't want to interrupt you talking to yourself. That's where you're wrong. Isn't it obvious? I'm talking to the person on the other side of the monitor.
Oh, I saw him grin just now.
What are you grinning about, you heathen? You don't even exist outside of the monitor. Just tell him don't look at me. A pity. It seems we have failed in our attempts for communication. So, you live in denial of reality. That's quite sad, my friend.
Hey, maybe, from their perspective that they think that we're the ones inside a game, Okarin.
Maybe, but I really doubt it. Probably never even crossed their mind.
Then what about your 2D girlfriends? Do they think that way?
Those are all my wives, so we've already long crossed that boundary.
Alright, enough talk about your harem.
Well, you know, Mayuri did bring up a pretty interesting theme. I mean, what if we really are characters in a game? How could we know for sure?
We can't.
Oh, come on, you're not even trying.
But of course, it's a meaningless question after all. Rather than wasting our time discussing that, we should be thinking of ways to destroy the system.
And Chuninbyo mode activate.
I step back from the monitor. Displayed on the screen is the ugly, cute character Alpaca Man. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to Alpaca Man via microphone and watch him react. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally, I find only the ugly part of the ugly cute to be true. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. I turned to Daru with a menacing glare. Oh, my dear Haka, that's where you're wrong. I'm not a Chuninbyo. I'm Hoin Kyoma.
That's just your character name, right?
Oh, Daru, still with your lack of understanding. I worry how you'll function with people in the real world.
I'm good. At offline meetings, I'm always the life of the party.
This fat, bespectacled guy is my brother-in-arms and right-hand man, Hashida Itaru, nicknamed Daru. He has 2D wives on whom he cheats on with 3D maids. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, anything's fine as long as it's moe. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his insistence that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well.
Ow. I accidentally pricked my finger with the needle and it really hurts.
This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costumes at our usual leisurely pace. Unfortunately, I have no idea if the costumes are well made or not because I don't know what the characters are supposed to look like. Why does the future gadget laboratory need costumes for women? It doesn't. The truth is, Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I would ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the future gadget laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring. She said to me,
Mayushi is Okarin's hostage, so you gotta make sure I don't try to escape from here, right?
to me, her offer was my salvation.
Yeah, so, didn't Alpaca Man say anything?
Nope, not a word. The human-faced alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive, so unresponsive you'd think the game was bugged. After all the time I took to talk with him, damn him. The TV makes a sound like it's shorted, and then the screen goes blank. I change the channel, nothing. I check the power cable, nothing. Whack it again, nothing. I guess it's broken. Damn. This crummy TV is on lease from the brown tube workshop downstairs. It's probably just old.
It's probably because you were being kind of mean to Mr. Alpaca Man.
Damn it. I'll have to get this repaired as soon as possible. I turn off the TV and look out the window. I can't stand the humidity of Japanese summers. Blessed by a slight breeze blowing through my window, I gaze far out into the horizon. I close my eyes, and what naturally comes to mind is that impossible scene I saw an hour ago. They're gone. And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores? Gone. In the restaurants? Gone. Even the cars vanished, drivers and all. and it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. Then, wandering through the deserted Akiba, I saw a satellite smashed into the rooftop of Radicon. I just stood there, breathless, until...
Is something wrong?
Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. Just now, there was a crowd of people around, right? Everyone that was here just now disappeared. I know they were there. You saw them, right?
Okay. Settle down. I didn't see anybody.
What? You didn't see anything? It was only a few seconds ago. There were so many people walking around.
Really? Are you sure?
I mean, even all the store employees are gone. It doesn't make sense. What's going on?
Well, of course. I mean, it can't really be helped, you know?
Her reply didn't make any sense.
Now calm down. Oh, Karin, this place has been empty ever since we got here, so maybe you were just seeing things. You were acting so frantic, I thought something was wrong. Well, it is pretty hot, so maybe the heat was getting to you. Do-do-do.
How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange. Maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radicon, where I had been just a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine, like some kind of satellite embedded in the roof of the building. The same building where, just moments before, I had found Makise Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Has anybody called an ambulance? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Makise Kurisu might still be in that dark room, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the front of my mind was, what about that satellite? What's it doing there? Satellite. Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building was shaken by an unknown force. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it sat a large, satellite-like machine. That's right, when I saw it, the object was neatly sitting on the rooftop. But that's not what I was seeing now. This satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building. It looked as if it had completely obliterated the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The real question was, when did that happen? That satellite, what's it doing there?
Oh yeah, that thing really surprised me.
What do you mean by that? What on earth happened?
I mean, it made a huge kaploo sound and everything.
It certainly did make a sound, but I don't think it was a kaplow. I'd say it was more like a zzz, like it was the roar of an earthquake. So you're telling me that it fell out of the sky?
Oh, I don't know. But if it did, there might be some aliens on board, don't you think?
Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all? I caught the attention of a policeman trying to cordon off the scene and trying to tell him about the stabbing of Makise Kurisu, but No one got stabbed at Rodicon, he annoyedly insists. What? How could he say that with such certainty? We were escorted up to UPX and released. There were people at UPX, like usual. And that brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? I check online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Rodicon. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of hundreds of people from Akiba's streets, nor about Makise Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery? Oh, that's how it is. I've finally gotten it figured out. Yes, indeed. This must be an elaborate cover-up by the organization. The local law enforcement has already been corrupted, which can only mean that our entire government may be under their influence. My God, it's already happening. But fear not, they cannot fool me so easily. The day will come when I finally expose them for who they really are and put an end to their reign of terror. Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. Pepper, my favorite soda, from the fridge. Ah, Elixir Intellectualis, a drink truly fit for a genius. Well, it's better if you ask me.
Okabe really loves his Dr. Pepper.
If a man doesn't know the greatness of Dr. Pepper, then they are a man truly worthy of pity. Step through the curtain dividing its center, and you'll enter the heart of the Future Gadget Laboratory, a top-secret development room restricted only to lab members. Personally, I'm not fond of this cheap curtain. I often dream of replacing it with an airlock, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. All of the windows here are weather-stripped with packing tape, so it's dim and hot, almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Daru, the plan's going smoothly, I presume. What? What are you talking about? I sigh and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It's significantly larger than newer home models. The plan, obviously. Perfecting Future Gadget number 8. Oh, that's what you meant. Can you word things a bit more clearly, Ocarine? We've already known each other for 3 years, haven't we? We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond, like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months, though. Well, in junior year we were in different classes, you know, so actually it's more like 2 years. Enough with the needless details. The point is, you've known me for a while, so I expect you to keep up with my antics at this point. You're asking for the impossible. Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparation and other important sounding stuff, and no one knows what it means except us. Moving on, do we actually know what's wrong with gadget number 8 yet? Nope, not yet. So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Man, the lab's primary goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization that rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make. But along the way, we have managed to create some ingenious future-ish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It is a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity. So far, they total 8 in number. Gadget number 1, the Bit Particle Gun. Gadget number 2, the Bamboo Helicam. Gadget number 3, could this be Ora Ora? Gadget number 4, Mode Snake. Gadget number 5, once again I've made a worthless object by Goemon. Gadget number 6, the Sialoom Saber. Gadget number 7, Ghost in the Ball. Anyway, our current problem is future gadget number 8, the temporarily named Phone Wave. Phone Wave is a pretty weak name, so I've decided to call it temporarily named until we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. But I digress. The temporarily named Phone Wave is, in short, a remote-controlled microwave. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the temporarily named Phone Wave has a second, unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy, Mayuri had made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1, as usual, when the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than when she'd put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. Bear in mind, the frozen chicken had almost thawed by the time she placed it in the temporarily named Phone Wave. But when she removed it, it was frozen solid. Since then, Daru and I had been searching for the cause.
We tried copying what Mayuri did. We just can't reproduce the freezing phenomenon. When we tried to freeze a banana, it turned out real weird. I just don't get it.
Mayuri! Bring forth the bananas!
Oh, are we gonna turn them into gel bananas again?
You know, Mayuri, that's been bugging me. Can you stop calling them gel bananas?
Well, you know, gel bananas are what they are.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Get moving.
But oh, Kadeen, why do you always have to use the whole bunch? It's such a waste of food, you know?
I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch into the temporarily named Phone Wave. Don't be stingy about it. After all, this experiment could be vital for the upcoming battle.
Mayushi doesn't know about any of that, but she does know that they go to waste even though they're bought with her own money.
Alright, fine. For the next time, we'll just use one. The temporarily named Phone Wave is simple to use. It's a microwave with a phone taped on. The number is already in my address book. I just need to call the Phone Wave. I waste no time. The call connects in an instant.
Hello, this is the temporarily named Phone Wave.
This is the voice of Mayushi Guidance, the system Daru programmed to operate the Phone Wave.
Oh, that's Mayushi's voice. I sound fancy, don't I?
Yes, now quiet, I'm trying to listen.
You can operate the timer from this menu. After pushing the pound button, please enter the heating time in seconds. For example, press pound 60 for 1 minute. For 2 minutes, press pound 120.
Entering the command properly will cause the temporarily named Phone Wave to function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter 120 pound. That should do it. This method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process. The temporarily named Phone Wave comes to life.
Nice turntable, right? It's even spinning backwards.
What? Backwards? That might have serious implications if we look at the quantum critical behavior driven by Hoon's rule.
Yeah, no. Hoon's rule? No.
I see. The three of us wait and stare at the spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave chimes.
And the gel bananas are ready.
After Mayuri discovered that the temporarily named phone wave had a freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. This is what happened. It just gets more confusing each time. Daru, you wouldn't mind eating one of these bananas for us, would you? It's for the sake of science. Your sacrifice will be forever remembered.
But those are real gross, Okarin.
The taste doesn't matter. What matters is that you eat it. So come on, Daru, no need to be shy. Break a leg, a stomach, and go for it.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Very well, Mayuri. I bestow the honor onto you.
The gel bananas are all gloopy, droopy, soft, and squishy.
Wait, she already tried one? This girl's tipsiness is truly on another level.
And it doesn't have much flavor, so I'm agreeing with Daru on this one. I don't wanna.
Loopy, droopy, soft and squishy. Daru, what are your thoughts on this?
Soft and squishy, huh? Soft and squishy bananas. Mayushi, can you say something for me? Your bananas all soft and squishy.
Okay. Your bananas all soft and squishy.
Don't make her say that! In any case, there's nothing we can do about it now. It's time for Daru and I to head to Daibiru. There's going to be a seminar at ATF, and we have to be there. Tokyo Denki University, where Daru and I go to school, collaborates with ATF to set up satellite classes. Summer credits, basically. We have to attend the seminar and write a report. Come to think of it, what's today's seminar about again? I looked it up before the summer holiday began. I should have written it down.
Behind me is the large unidentified object that crashed into Akihabara. The building is under police barricade. No one is allowed to approach, but from a distance it appears to be some kind of satellite.
You know, I'm really sad about dropping my Yupa. It's worse than last year when I missed buying Fatty Garo Froggy.
It's from Mayuri. Responding to every last aspect of a message is a waste of time. I should just pick one topic to respond to. Or maybe I won't reply at all. That's the one from last year, right? I thought you weren't interested. That should do it.
Oh yeah, I was burning up out there. Coming back to life.
Unlike the lab, Daibiru has air conditioning, making it an oasis for poorer students like us. Yet another reason for our diligent participation in the seminar. Daru, about the temporarily named phone wave, I might have just found us our answer.
You know, it's really annoying when you call it temporarily named all the time.
I won't give in that easily. Even if no other lab member uses temporarily named, I will carry on until the day we decide its true name. Just listen for a sec.
So, what's your latest ridiculous theory?
What do you mean ridiculous? The genius inside me considers every possibility, even those a lesser mind would say breaks the laws of nature. Don't you dare call them ridiculous!
So basically you're just pulling stuff out of your ass. Can't call that science.
Stop interrupting me. At this rate, I'll never get to my point. Daru, I believe the temporarily named phone wave might be the key to opening Steins Gate. Consider it.
What is that even supposed to mean in the first place?
Let me share my revelations about the temporarily named phone wave, damn you! My brilliant ideas will clearly find no purchase with Daru. Time to change the topic. So Daru, you're telling me you have no interest in checking out Radicon?
I wouldn't get to see it anyway. Besides, all the info on it is already out online. It's crazy. crazy. There's like 100 threads on it. It's spreading like wildfire.
But when I ask him if there's any information about Makise Kurisu on that channel...
What? You're asking that again?
What do you mean by that, again?
I mean, you sent me that email like a week ago, right?
I sent you an email? Don't be ridiculous, Daru. I saw Makise Kurisu's corpse on the ground just 3 hours ago.
Now that you mention it, that mail was kinda weird. It was dated a week after I got it, like it came from the future or something.
He's right. The email was sent from my phone. It was split into 3 mails. Someone stab. Bed Makise K. Kurisu. Don't... This is... a mail I sent you 3 hours ago. A chime signals our arrival on the 5th floor. The elevator doors open slowly. As we step out of the elevator, I see a girl, and I recognize her. Impossible. Chills run down my spine. I can't move a finger. I stare at her face in disbelief. Makise Kurisu!
Yes? What is it?
You're...
Hey, Ocarine!
You should be dead. Why are you here? And your appearance... There isn't a single blood stain on her clothes, and they're the same ones she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. Yet, as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured. Not even a scratch. I realize that I'm gasping in disbelief.
What is it?
You okay? No injuries? That's impossible. I know I saw you lying in a pool of blood.
Hey, could you not talk to me like that? I'm perfectly fine.
Is she an illusion? No, an evil spirit? Am I haunted? I don't believe in such unscientific drivel. I am a mad scientist.
What? Huh?
Feels silky. Quite the cuticles. Substance. She has substance. Of course she's not a ghost. How silly of me. Her skin's so soft, so alive. Dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I've ever touched one.
Ocarine? I don't think that's a good idea.
Hey, pardon me, but are you trying to get yourself arrested?
No, I just want to know the truth. That's right, she was stabbed. Maybe she's just hiding her wounds. This requires further investigation. I grab the hem of her jacket, pull it aside, and take a good look at her chest.
What truth, you perv? You stupid? You want to die?
Oh my god, you just quoted Louise-chan! That's awesome.
But I know what I saw! Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, someone killed Makise Kurisu and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explain everything that I saw.
Wait, Dr. Nakabachi?
What are you talking about, Ocarine? Dr. Nakabachi's presentation was cancelled.
Cancelled?
Yeah, because of the satellite crash.
Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching. It's the same thing that happened right after I saw the mass disappearance. Mayuri's story didn't match mine. I need to know. Am I caught in some sinister plot? Is this another organization conspiracy?
Excuse me, but...
My name is Hoi Kyoma. No, it isn't.
All right. Hoenn-san, is it? I'd like to hear your story in more detail.
Looks like she finally understands I'm not lying. But I still don't understand why my memories don't match everyone else's. I doubt that I can give her a good explanation. Akuse-san, it's almost time.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Kurisu glances at me one more time, then sighs and heads toward the small conference room.
Ocarine, we should get going too.
Where exactly?
The lecture, duh.
Ah, that. Did she come to attend the lecture too? Strange. Why would the girl genius Makise Kurisu need to attend a lecture like this?